get confused. Go, Alex.
I think it's realistic, but it's not common. To Mary's point, I think a lot of people are in a space with inflation. You know, you both have to work. And you both have to work. You come home and there's a household to be taken care of. And because you were both at work and putting in those hours, a lot of times the work does end up getting, not a lot of times, but it's easier for the work to be split. I know for myself, I work a full time job, so does my husband, but he also has a part time job. And we don't have kids yet, but I think about, I don't know how we would be able to do that with and be comfortable with just one income. And I also wouldn't want to put that stress on him because I do have the ability to work. So because I have the ability to work, I want to do my part in contributing to the household, even if he doesn't ask me to do so. So I definitely think it's realistic, but how common is it is another conversation.
I got a quick question.
Hmm.
So um do you consider just not working as much, you not being able to contribute to the household as much as
No,
him because he
I don't.
works more?
I feel bad that I don't have a second job sometimes. I mean, because of that, I feel like, you know what, because I'm not working, let me go ahead and let me do the extraness and do this and do that. I always try to make sure that I do my part so when he's coming home, things are in order and so forth and so forth. And I know if I'm wanting something, I don't have to ask twice about it. You know what I mean? I don't ask, I want this, and he's picking up extra shifts to Hamp's point. Like, you want certain things, but you also need to understand that I'm working. So there was a point where I was complaining. I'm like, oh my goodness, you're always gone. But I'm like, I also don't want to selfishly change our lifestyle.
Okay, because on my end, my husband actually prefers me to be home more because he feels like what I do at home takes a lot more weight off of him versus if I was to be working a full-time job. He feels like what I do, is in regards to his clothes, packing his lunch, make sure he got breakfast, make sure the kids are taken to school, make sure, I'm cooking dinner every day. He feels like he goes to work and comes home and has to do nothing. So he feels like to him that weighs so much more than what I would be providing financially if I worked full time.
And that big piece of chicken better be on that plate.
Every day.
What you think, sis?
Sleep. I think it's possible, if men would uh wife some of these single women, particularly black men, they still going outside our race, um, dating Puerto Ricans, dating white women, you know, doing the most. I think it's possible though if they stay home and marry some of these women that they're having sex with occasionally. I do.
Okay. Damn. Ooh. You think this dynamic is realistic?
I think it is. If they would stay home, once again, date their own women and build together, I think it's possible.
Are you saying just black women, like black on white, whatever the case is? Or are you saying like what did you expound on it? Anything?
You
You on mute?
is I was reading the question out loud for myself because am I confused? Is
No,
it
it just says
possible a traditional husband and wife dynamic? Is it possible in this day and age?
realistic. Yeah.
Realistic? Yes, yes, I think it is. I
How?
said my answer. Oh,
Are you saying that they just gotta marry
how?
the woman they sleeping with, or
Did I go? Did I add some? I added somewhere
are you
into it.
saying
My
marry the
bad.
woman they sleeping with? Or God Almighty.
Mm,
I,
Like, I guess the issue is, men think women, the modern women, are too out there and too whatever. Men are creating these stank modern women that they don't want to marry and stuff like that by not getting in relationships. So I still do think it's realistic. Yes, I do.
how are men creating them?
Because when you slide through 11 a.m., between 11 p.m., and 2 a.m., you're giving women false hope and you're not returning. you know, I don't know what I'm trying to
Tell
say.
your
I think y'all.
testimony, sis.
Yeah, get it together because you're going
Right,
left.
hold on.
Very far
hold
left.
on, hold on.
She tired. She
What
tired.
up? Okay.
Right.
What I'm
Hold on.
saying is,
Stop. Let me ask you a couple questions. You just answer my question. So 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. That's his fault.
but no, what I'm saying is, men are not taking women serious these days. They're taking the easy road, just fucking and keep jumping from one to the other.
Who controls
So tell the
access
nigga.
to sex? Who
So tell the
controls?
nigga you can't come over at 11 o'clock.
No, I'm not.
Let me do the
speaking for me. I'm
Q&A
just
real
saying.
quick. Who controls access to sex, men or women?
But men control access to relationship, is what you said.
Question: Who controls access to sex, men or women?
I guess women have to let them in.
So, who's creating that dynamic, men or women?
But the relationship is what I was referring to, playing off your question.
Okay. But you know what you wanted to do, sis, earlier?
What?
Listen to the two married women that told you to thought it out. Listen to the two single women that told you to live your best life. But I know good and goddamn well nobody up here want to be single.
I don't think they said that, and I don't.
Put him in the
think I-
fucking bathroom. Get him out of here.
Where's your button? Your button's not working. I don't think they said that, and I don't think I would listen to that advice. So that's that.
You're doing a lot of nodding earlier. Go ahead, Chief.
I just feel like that went left real fast. So far left, it's hard to come back from. I think it's just so I'm clear. Was the implication that the traditional husband and wife dynamic can't exist outside of interracial relationships? Is that what she was saying? I'm just curious. I'll make sure I understand what she was saying clearly.
That's what she was saying. That's what she
Repeat
was
your question, Chief.
So your initial, were you saying that outside of like if a black man dates outside of race, the traditional husband and wife dynamic is not realistic?
I think I was just speaking for the black culture. Like it's possible if men, black or any man, I guess, but black men. These are all black men on here, right? Marry their women and not just choose to stay single and fuck a bunch of different women. I think it's realistic. You guys are creating, well, fuck niggas, along with scorned women. So that's what I'm getting at. Now that might be a different question, but that's what's on my
Yeah,
mind.
think so. Think so. Feel like it's a completely different thing, but I mean, yeah, a little bit. But all good. I guess I kind of see your point, but to him's point, like they do that finger pointing again. Like, who controls access to sex? You got to repeat the question.
Yeah. So women control access to sex. We know that. So
All right.
I
So
mean,
the traditional husband and wife role dynamic, I think it can be realistic, but I think just having the dual income household just makes for even a much greater life, though. You know what I'm saying? Like the vacations and all of that excess shit that you want outside of that.
yeah. And also just in terms of well go ahead. Who did not get what you got? I swear to God, boy. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.